Okay, so since the devs dropped information about mutations and weapon mods, I finally get to talk about them a little bit. I really like this system, and today I'm going to give you a little more information on it, within the limits of the NDA, of course. Numbers and details of the system are off limits, but I'm pretty sure we can push our faces against the glass to get a better look.
Space Coconut.
First, here's what they mentioned about mutations and weapon mods.
Is mods and mutations. How do those play out?
So our weapon mods are something you'll unlock continually as you use the weapons in the game. As you craft them and use them to attack the monster, you'll gain weapon experience, which will give you weapon levels, which unlock these mods, in addition to really cool progression weapon skins as well. And the mods, what they do is they change up the way the weapon works. Some of them provide an effect you couldn't say necessarily whether it's positive or negative, it's just different. And other ones, they actually provide you a bonus into the weapon's effectiveness at the cost of some other aspect of the weapon. For example, there might be one which allows the weapon to have more charges, so you can use it more, but it takes longer to build. So the idea with these weapon mods, we didn't want an issue of power creep, where players who had more experience and had more mods were strictly stronger than players who didn't. It was more like we wanted to add variety to the play experience by you become really familiar with how a weapon worked, and now you want to kind of change it up a little bit, but not gain a raw power boost. Exactly. And then to speak on our monster mutations, it works off of a similar concept to the weapon mods, and these are other things that unlock for the monsters as they play through their journey. These mutations are for each of the monster powers, and they will, again, change up how the power works, but they will not be a raw power boost over the original power. And that was the intention, was we didn't want the monsters, again, with a lot more experience, a lot more playtime, to have powers that are strictly better, but more that to mix up the experience of playing the monster. So the power doesn't work quite the way it did originally, but added some other drawback to it. And that part of the real fun is when the teens play against a monster, not only do they have to adapt to what monster they're playing, but also what mutations they currently have equipped. And that is something they'll discover as they play during the match against that monster.
Now here's the thing. Years ago, I made a video talking about add-ons and perks in Dead by Daylight, and how the best ones didn't make the killers stronger or their power more effective, but instead, how they changed how you played the character, creating a varied gaming experience for both sides. The perk Dark Devotion gives killers a semi-stocky mode, and the Scratched Mirror completely changed how Myers is played. I really like the idea of this perk. I like that it doesn't impede the survivors. But we need more perks like this that affect the killer, that can change their the play style of the killer, and then it change the dynamics of a match. The idea of the perk is so fun, but it's too restricted to be useful, and that needs to change in order for the perk to be good and fun.
Yeah, this was my last.
Okay, got it. Okay. Oh, that's why she doesn't have... Oh my god. That's why she doesn't have a heartbeat. Because she passed it to you.
Yeah, she hit me first and then...
That was really good with the hack. That was fucking scary.
This is what the mutations and mods do in VHS. Each monster has 3 powers, and each power has a number of mutations available to change that power. Those mutations don't make any of the powers stronger or more effective, but instead change how they're applied or what happens when they're used. Wart's echolocation, as an example, will snapshot teens when the power is used. But let me ask you this. What if a mutation caused the power to affect the teens when the power is used? What if the snapshot gave you more information, but at a cost? This is how mutations affect monster powers. They're changed in a way that doesn't make the power stronger, but changes its effects instead, creating a chance for a monster player to find their own playstyle and utilize monster powers that fit that playstyle. For the teens, their weapon mods do the same for their weapons. As an example, last night, Granny was hiding behind a bush right next to me while I waited for my echolocation cooldown to go away. As we sat there, Granny had a weapon that needed to be charged in the monster's terror radius. However, she had a weapon mod that made the weapon silent at the cost of charging time. This enabled her to fully charge the weapon while I waited and hit me as I used echolocation, catching me completely by surprise and teaching me about that weapon mod. Afterwards, the Discord had a short discussion when Skell talked about a mod he preferred over the one Granny used. What it comes down to was each player's preferred playstyle. Granny is a ninja, while Otto prefers a more direct approach. This is one of the best things about the loadout system in VHS. There shouldn't be any build that is better than another, just different strategies and playstyles for the different characters. The majority of weapon and power modifications work this way, which opens up many variations of a single character's loadout. That doesn't make them more powerful, but changes the way that character is played. So chances are, once you find your preferred playstyle, there are mutations and mods that will help you make that playstyle more effective for you, but it won't carry you through a match to a win. And if none of the monsters or teens currently available tickle your fancy, more are on the way. I hope we see a robotic death machine soon. That'll be pretty cool. Also, looking forward to the teens they come up with also. I hope I was able to demystify the mutations and mod system a little bit so you have even more to look forward to when VHS does go to beta, eventually. Next time, we'll talk about the journey and the grind, so look forward to that. Do the YouTube things if you liked the video, and follow me on Twitter since I'm usually posting the thumbnails for the next video 24 hours in advance. Or sometimes 8. I know it's a cesspool, but come on. You're acting like you've never been in a public restroom before. Twitter is just like that. Until next time, I'm Space Coconut, and you're welcome.